What is up, you guys? It's John here, and in today's video, I want to go over 5 things to avoid as a singer. By sharing these things, I hope that you can become a better singer as well. These are all tips that you should avoid, but the one thing I'm going to tell you to not avoid is to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps out my channel, and if you wouldn't mind taking that 1 second out of your day to turn that like button blue. Alrighty, so let's get right into the video. Now, I'm not going to say that you can never do these things if you want to be a great singer, but you may want to avoid these things if it's the day of the performance or you just want to maximize the results of your singing voice. To start us off with number 1, it's smart to avoid dairy. That includes milk, ice cream, yogurt, and cheese. This is because dairy clings to your throat and thickens the mucus that's present. Blech. Gross. This inhibits the flexibility of your voice and makes you want to clear your throat more often, leading to further damage when you clear your throat because your vocal cords aren't phonating efficiently. Your vocal cords phonate by vibrating together. There are efficient ways of phonation and inefficient ways of phonation. Your vocal cords are located in your neck. This is a diagram of your vocal cords phonating efficiently. Beneath this diagram, what's actually happening is your lungs and diaphragm are pushing air up through your vocal folds. Now, there are 3 types of phonation, so let's go inside of my computer and see what those are. Bam! Welcome to my computer. Well, the first type of phonation is aspirate lax phonation. This is the result of variable airflow combined with a weak adductory force of the vocal folds. This could be like a breathy voice resulting in a weak adductory force. The second one is pressed phonation, which is the result of high subglottal pressure combined with strong adductory force of the vocal folds. This can be like glottal attacks. The last one is the good one. Coordinated phonation has lower levels of subglottal pressure and vocal fold adductory force. Now, if there is mucus around your throat, that can cause problems, resulting in inefficient phonation of your vocal cords. And if you clear your throat, that results in high subglottal pressure and pressed phonation. It's unsustainable and taxing on your voice. Instead of clearing your throat, I would advise to drink water. The actual water does not touch your vocal folds, but the act of swallowing can have the muscles push away the mucus. Second on the list is caffeine. Yes, I know that's really hard to hear for you coffee lovers, but caffeine is bad for singers. This is because caffeine is a diuretic, which means it dries out and dehydrates your vocal folds, causing unnecessary stress and possible damage. You see, your vocal cords are not really kind to each other. They actually smack into each other hundreds of times per second, depending on what note you sing. On average, for male speech, vocal cords close 120 times per second, and for females, 200 times per second. Now, if you sing an A above middle C, that's 440 times per second. So imagine when you sing higher notes, how many times your vocal folds are vibrating. Now, God did design your vocal cords in such a way that they can smack into each other and stay preserved. Speaking of smacking, make sure you smack the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you didn't do so the first time. But back to your vocal cords. With inefficient phonation, it could be damaging to the vocal cords that God gave you. So it's important to lubricate your vocal cords properly, and that's why singers drink so much water. If you have caffeine and not enough water, your vocal cords won't be properly lubricated. The third thing on this list that you should avoid is drinks that are too hot or too cold. Drinks that are too hot or too cold can have a negative impact on your voice. In this case, the hot or cold drink will constrict the muscles in your throat, leading to stress on your voice and loss of flexibility. Number 4 is yelling. If it's not obvious enough, yelling is extremely bad for your voice. All that stress on your voice causes your vocal cords to become inflamed and irritated. This causes you to lose your voice, and if you yell too often, that could be damaging. The way your vocal folds phonate when you yell are inefficient and unsustainable. If you remember the 3 types of phonation, yelling would be classified under pressed phonation. Pressed phonation is the result of high subglottal pressure combined with strong abductory force of the vocal folds. It's easy to say to just not yell, but what if it's an important game like the Super Bowl? Well, my advice would be to make your cheers as healthy as possible. So they classify under coordinated phonation, which means that you would have lower levels of subglottal pressure and a vocal fold adductory force. The last thing to avoid on this list is chocolate. Chocolate is a triple threat because chocolates naturally contain caffeine, which dries out your vocal folds and dehydrates you. Second, it contains sugar. Processed sugar is really hard for your body to break down, so I would advise to maybe have a fruit that has better qualities of sugar, and won't result in a sugar crash. Sugar also thickens the mucus, much like dairy, which can cause you to wear out your voice more quickly. And number 3, chocolate is an acid reflux trigger. The last thing you want is for acid reflux to creep up your esophagus and burn your vocal folds. So, to sum everything up, the 5 things to avoid are dairy, caffeine, hot and cold drinks, yelling, and chocolate. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. If you have tips that I did not include in this video, make sure you drop them in the comments below so we could all share. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you on Friday.